Hello. So we're here today to learn a little bit about Sarah Brookes. Sarah, tell us about yourself and where you live and where you work and what you're all about.
So I'm a functional nutritional therapy practitioner and I live in the UK. I've recently relocated from London to Hertfordshire, but I work online so I can see clients from all over the world.
Awesome. And so you work specifically in the field of autoimmunity or?
Yeah. So I have Hashimoto's myself. So I tend to specialise in Hashimoto's. Hashimoto's thyroiditis. However, I can see clients with any kind of autoimmune condition. And
what's your training then?
So I originally trained as a naturopathic nutritional therapist, and then I went on to study and become certified as an autoimmune paleo coach, which that helped me really focus in on and support people fully with autoimmune aid.
Tell us about your approach to autoimmune health and how you support people.
So initially, I really want to help people get back to eating and living in the way that we were designed to do. And I also want to help people find joy in that process of making changes. But of course, I take a root cause approach and I help people get to the root cause of their symptoms, understand like the systems in their body that are out of balance. And then we work with diet and lifestyle and supplements to start to rebalance those systems and bring the body back into balance. And then at that point, we can start to reverse some of their symptoms and help them feel better again.
And so do you do much testing with all of that process or?
Yeah, absolutely. So I absolutely can do testing, and sometimes it's great to get that data and insight into what's, really going on inside the body so that we can have like a really targeted approach. And we're not wasting time and fumbling around in the dark trying to guess. And you may often hear people say, test, don't guess. But I very much go on a journey with my clients and we work in partnership and, we go on a journey together to find wellness in the way that suits them and what they're ready to do. Some clients want the data and the insight and they want that up front so that they can get on with things and they know exactly what's going on and what they want to do. And then other clients are really like, well, I believe that we should be able to do this with diet and lifestyle alone, and I don't want to do the testing. So,
and according to how I feel, not so much.
And then I'm like, that's fine. And a lot of the time we can get going with the symptoms that are presenting, and we can just do diet and lifestyle. And go as far as we can with that until we get to a point where we're like, if we're not making progress, then perhaps we need to troubleshoot or we need to get some specific data so that we can get over those hurdles and make the progress we need. But I get results either way. I get results when we've got that data, and I've got the results when we're just trusting the process with diet and lifestyle. So I'm very open to budgets and, the way that people want to work, and I go with it.
Yeah, great. And so what's one piece of advice that you might offer to someone who's just facing a new challenge in terms of their autoimmune disease?
Yeah, so there are some key triggers that I really like to work on eliminating because I've just personally feel that they're just so important, across the board. But once we've got past that, if people are starting to feel quite overwhelmed or, that it's a bit of a struggle, then one thing that I sort of advise people to do is to focus on what can you add in rather than what are we taking out and what are we taking away from your daily habits. So, we start with adding things in with the aim to slowly crowd some things out. But also if people are feeling overwhelmed with the dietary changes, then lifestyle changes can be just as powerful. And I encourage people to, and sometimes that's where I really believe that you can find joy in the changes by making some really enjoyable lifestyle changes that benefit you and that, bring some well-being. And then that can give you the motivation to see, well, now what more can I do? Can I do something with diet now? I'm ready.
Where can people find out more about you, and where do you live online?
So yeah, I think my website is a great place to start. So if you go to autoimmunehub.co.uk, that's a great place to start. But you can also find me on Instagram at autoimmunehub, and I'm building a Hashimoto specific Facebook group at the moment, which you can find facebook.com/groups/autoimmunehub. And you'll see the title "Reverse Your Thyroid Symptoms for Women Over 30 with Hashimoto's." So yeah, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, websites. They're probably the main places that you can find me. Great.